This summer season has gone very differently than what I had imagined it would in the spring. Originally, I had intended to focus on gardening and homemaking, but in early June, I obtained some new information on an old pursuit, and suddenly my entire plan and mindset changed. Within a week, I had completely reset my intentions, developed a thorough step-by-step plan, and had set it into motion. And this video that I planned to make in just a couple of weeks about what a day in my life has been looking like has now been in progress for months. But I'm not mad about it because now I am re-strategizing everything for a second time in a more thorough and informed light, and I get to use this video and these clips as a sort of time capsule for the summer. This small period of my life that is a huge step towards my future. So, what have these days looked like for me, and what made me change everything so much so quickly? Well, I've been trying to find a way to move to Europe for years now, because of the situation my country is in and how it doesn't really give me hope that a future here would be worth living for. Sorry if that's a bit morbid, but that's the way I see it from my perspective and in my life. And Europe has seemed to be my best option, but it's not an easy thing to do. In June, though, I was made aware of some opportunities in Germany, but only if I could be fluent in the language. So I made up a study plan to learn German in under a year, and I've been following it very strictly these months. On top of that, I've been scheduling my studies and housework on a 9-to-5 schedule so that I can figure out what the rest of my day will look like once I'm hopefully able to secure a job. You'll see what all of that looks like in this video. So, as you've seen here, I go through a bit of a morning routine. I start out with your usual stuff, and I've been liking to wash my face outside with just cold water in the morning to avoid soaking the bathroom floor, and the breeze and sound of birds is also nice to start the day with. I try to incorporate some kind of yoga or stretching in the mornings as a way to wake up my body and get in touch with myself and my intentions for the day. I also try to take at least a short walk if it's not too hot, but I won't record that as I'm already establishing my role as the town weirdo/nutcase a little too well for my taste. Then I'll usually watch something motivating or calming, which gives me some time to drink some water and to get my mini anxiety attacks over the things I forgot to do yesterday over with and noted on my phone before I'm arm deep in dough or whatever else I'm making that day. On weekdays, my work normally has consisted of going back and forth between meal prepping steps and German lessons, with other chores like dishes, laundry, sweeping, wiping down, and whatever else needs to be done that day being stuffed in between. I will focus on making one meal prep that lasts up to a week on a singular day, and then heat up previous meal preps for our other meals. I make almost everything from scratch because there isn't much available at stores that's both affordable and good for you. We also never really go out because of our very tight budget, so my cooking skills are pretty much the only thing that keeps us from feeling deprived, getting sick, or going hungry most of the time. So because of that, I make cooking one of my biggest priorities. Over time, I've built this sort of stockpile of knowledge and recipes that are catered to me and my partner's specific needs, tastes, options, and of course budget. And spending time on developing these things now is, I'm hoping, going to make the plans I have for the future more achievable. And although it's taking me extra time in this stage of my life, it will save me time and money and make room for further growth in the future. And that's my focus right now. This is also the goal with my German lessons. I'm taking extra time and putting in extra work right now in order to pave the way and equip myself with the tools I'll need to progress my life and move on to be better and live better than I would if I chose the easier and more predictable route of getting a job and spending the money on comfort and security for this moment in time. For my German lessons, I've been relying on several YouTube channels as well as a couple of vocabulary apps to try to get a well-rounded education without spending any money. It takes more thought and mental effort on my part, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. I like to take notes and make flashcards to help keep things organized, but even still, it's a big challenge. I was spending between an hour and a half and 3 hours a day on my studies, depending on how much time I had left over after everything else. And I've managed to get over the halfway point of A2 German at the time of recording this voiceover. I'm hoping to reach B2 by March, but I'll just have to wait and see. Although all of this sounded great in theory, and I did make a lot of progress with my German studies, things didn't always go according to plan, and oftentimes I ended up working late into the evening, finishing up chores, meal preps, and lessons that took more time than I planned for them. And that cut into the time I'd put aside for maintaining my mental and physical health. See, on an ideal day, like I'm showing in this video, I would spend my evenings getting exercise, meditating, spending time with my husband, reading, creating art, or whatever else I felt like would benefit my health and happiness that day. And not getting that crucial R&R eventually started to wear me down, and I stopped being able to learn or cook properly. And the free time I was able to take, I was too exhausted to do more than lay on the couch and stare at a screen. So all this time, I have unintentionally neglected my mental and physical health. And going forward now, I intend to put more focus on that. Even though I'm working towards a better future, that doesn't mean that what I have now is bad, or that I shouldn't take time to appreciate where I'm at. Peace, rest, and happiness are important things to have when trying to make real, lasting progress in life. And I've learned time and time again that neglecting and denying myself that does more harm than good in the end. All in all, though, I've had a good and productive summer, and I've learned so much about myself and what I'm capable of, and I'm just really proud of all that I've accomplished and how dedicated I've become to my goals in life. But that's all for this time capsule video, and hopefully this is the start of more art, creativity, peace, and love. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!